Okay. Okay. So today's session will be on inventory masters and vouchers, which has the inventory effects. That is what we are going to see. So what we will do is, before we get into tally, okay, let us just say what. Let us just understand what are all the inventory masters. That is the minimum requirement for us to start. So let us take an scenario of a trading organization. Okay, and from that we will start doing it so that it becomes very easier for us to understand. Hope that should be fine. So let me just take a trading organization, okay, of say like example, cement trader who is buying and selling cement, okay, and the related products. So let us take that example and we'll look at it. So the first thing is you need to enable inventory in Tally. How do you enable inventory in Tally? So in the previous sessions, we are told the controls for enabling a feature is available in F11. Okay, so you need to go to F11 and enable the features. So let's do one thing. Let us parallelly open Tally also. Okay, and let us toggle on between the Tally and the presentation, and you will be able to understand. So what I'll do is, I will just create a new company and start creating from the scratch, from the base, so that all of you will be able to understand in a clear way. So I'm just going and creating a new company, create company. I'm just calling this as MCS inventory training.
Sir, your screen is not shared, sir.
My screen is not shared. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One second. Why? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just creating a company. Okay. So what I did was I just came to Tally. Okay. And so I'm just starting. So I'm just creating. Inventory training. Address. Okay. State. Okay. All the necessary things you could just fill it up and save. So now once you have created the company, it has automatically opened the F11 features. Okay, in the F11 features, okay, here is where that you need to specify the capability. So here you have an option called inventory, maintain inventory. This option is yes. Okay, integrate accounts with inventory. I'm just making it as no in the current stage. Let us come to that at the later. So I'm just saying maintain inventory. Okay, enabling this. Okay, and currently I don't need GST. And I have just accepted. So this is what you need to enable to get the inventory in your system. So once when you create inventory, the next option is, that is what we had done this. The next option is you need to create certain masters. So which are those masters? One, to create any inventory masters, you need to have basic things. That inventory item should have a unit of measure. So first you need to create unit of measure. Okay, then you need to, if you have any specific groupings that you want to do, you need to create groupings. Then you need to create stock item. So let us just get into creation of unit of masters. So I'm just toggling. So hope Tally screen is visible. Now
Yes,
in
sir.
gateway of Tally, I'm just going to create. What do I want to create? Unit of measure. So I'll just go to units. So first, this is one-time master that you need to create. So example, as I told you, we are taking an example of cement trading. So in the cement trading, okay, the unit of measure is bag. Okay, and we don't sell in loose. Okay, so we are saying decimals as 0. So I'm just creating one more called kgs, kilograms, and here I might have 2 decimal points. So I've just created the units of measure. So what I've done is I've created 2 units of measure. So you could just go to alter and look at the unit of measure. I've created 2 units, one called bags and one called kgs. Next, what I need to create is, if I have groupings, then I could also group it. So example, I'll just have a grouping called cement as one group. Okay, then I'm also saying paints as one more group. Okay, hardware as one more group. So I have multiple different groups of items. So like this, based on the requirement, you could just go on creating. Then comes the stock item. Here in the stock item, say example, I'm just saying ACC cement 50 kg is one item. Okay. This comes under which group is what you need to specify here. I'm taking under cement. And what is the unit of measure? How do you want to measure this? So one unit contains what? One unit contains one bag. So that is what I'm specifying over here. Then if there is any opening balance, you could give over here. Okay, currently I'm just saying I don't have any opening balance. Okay, then I'm also saying ACC cement 25 kg. Comes under cement, it's bags. Okay, here I'm just saying I have 50 kgs of opening stock with me. 50 bags I have. Each bag cost 200 rupees. So 10,000 is my opening stock. So like this, you can go on creating. Say example, I will just say Asian Paints emulsion. Okay, example, I'll just say blue. This comes under paints. This is measured in kgs. Okay, I have 25 kgs in my opening stock, which is at 400 rupee per kg. So like this, you can go on creating any number of stocks that you want. So now if you want to look at which are all the stocks you have already created, you could go to alter or chart of accounts. If you just go to chart of accounts and say item, it will show you all the items that you have created. So example, under cement, you have ACC 25, ACC cement 25 kg bag and 50 kg bag. And under paints, you have Asian Paints emulsion blue as an item. So similarly, you can go on creating whichever the stock item you need. So this is about the masters. Okay, so then let us come to, so this is what I had defined. Okay, how to create the unit of measure, the stock group and the stock item. Okay, then before we create or start creating transactions, vouchers, we should also have all the accounting masters, because we just created a new company which doesn't have any accounting masters, only cash and bank is cash and profit and loss is available. We need to create other accounting masters. So this we had seen in the last session itself. So how to create ledger masters. So let me just go and create all the ledger masters. Okay, before we start, so I'll just go to gateway of Tally, ledger, purchase account, which comes under purchases. Okay, and one more control, if you are maintaining with inventory. Okay, if you just on the right hand side go to more details, okay, you get an option called inventory values are affected. So if you want this inventory values to be affected, meaning when you select this ledger, it has to ask for the inventory details, then the inventory values are affected should be enabled to yes. Okay, ensure that this is there. Once when you enable inventory, it will automatically get enabled. Okay, but I'm just giving you from a control perspective, this is what you need to check. So I'm just saving this sales account under sales. I'm just saving this. Then I have State Bank of India. I'm sorry. Under bank accounts. Okay, I'm just saving this. Okay. Then I need to have a supplier. Supplier is ACC Limited. Comes under sundry creditors. I want to maintain bill by bill detail. I get 10 days of credit, standard, address, state, from which state they are. Okay, all these details I can specify. Then I need to create my customers. Okay, say example, I'll just say Sri Durga Gas Products. They are our customers. We are selling to them. So they come under sundry debtors. I can give all their details and save the master. Okay, and I am just having say example, bike innovators. He is one more customer. So I'm just saving this customer. Okay. And example, I might also have some expenditure ledger. So like example, I might buy some office maintenance item. Okay. Or I might buy some consumables based on the business requirement. So I could also have an expense ledger. So example, I'll just say go down maintenance expense. Okay, it typically comes under expense ledger. Okay, so like this, I can go on creating whatever the ledgers that I need. So I've just created purchase ledger, sales ledger. Okay, if you just go to chart of accounts, you could see over here, there is a bank account, State Bank of India, cash default is there. Under customers have bike innovators and Sri Durga Gas Products. Under sundry creditor, that is suppliers have ACC Limited. Okay, and under expense, I have created go down maintenance expense. Under purchase have purchase account, and under sales have sales account. So these are all the masters that I have created. Okay, now the next step is once when I'm through this masters, then comes the transaction. Before we get into transaction, I want to understand, are there any questions with respect to how to create inventory masters? Do you have any doubts? Are there any questions? You can unmute and speak. Hope none of you have any questions. So we'll continue with this. Now let us get into how to create vouchers. So on Tally, gateway of Tally, first let me start with the purchase entry. So on gateway of Tally, when I click on vouchers, on the right hand side, I get all the shortcut menus. F9 is for purchase. I could just click on purchase or click on F9 on my keyboard. Now, this is showing in a particular way. Okay, so the purchase, it starts with what is the purchase invoice number. So customer has given a purchase bill to us. I'm just entering the customer purchase invoice number and date of the transaction. So I'm just doing on 1st of April. So who is the party? From whom are we buying? ಯಾರಿಂದ buy ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಯಾರಿಂದ ಖರೀದಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? So they are our suppliers, ACC Limited. So once when you give ACC Limited, you could give the receipt number, various other details. Say like example, they have given you the receipt number, which typically says the document number which they have given. Okay, so you could give that receipt number, date of the receipt. Okay, receipt document number, you could specify this. Dispatch through hang dispatch ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, how they have dispatched the materials. Okay, so by road, destination Bangalore, carrier or agent. So this is the transporter details. If you have all the transporter details, you could give over here. If you have vehicle number, you could give over here. Okay, so the party details are coming over here. Now what are the items that I have purchased? So here it is just showing me all the ledgers. I want to look at the items. So what I'll do is I'll just click on change mode and I'm just going to item invoice. So once when I go to the item invoice, I could just use, okay, so the purchase account is automatically getting popped up over here. Now, which item am I purchasing? That is what you need to specify. So I've already created 3 items in my stock. So it is just listing out these items. Say example, I'm just buying ACC cement 50 kg bag. Either I could select it or type it. Okay, it automatically shortlist. How much I purchased? I purchased 500 bags. At what rate? At 300 rupee per bag. 1,50,000. Did I purchase any other thing? Yes, I also purchased 25 kg bags of 300 numbers at 200 rupees. So 200 is automatically picked because we had given in our opening balance the cost of per bag. So it has automatically picked from there. If there is any changes, you could also make the changes to this. Okay, so now total 2,17,500. So these are only 2 items that I have purchased. So new reference, I'm just giving 10 days and it has automatically taken 10 days. From where this is picking 10 days? It is picking from the supplier master details. So if you just go to supplier master and look at the supplier master details, default credit period, what you have given 10 days and you are told check for credit days during voucher as no, meaning during the transaction, it will not allow you to change this credit period is what it is specifying. So here, once when you give this 2,17,500 and it is taking 10 days and due by 11th of April, so it is skipping this field. So you can't change, manually you cannot change this. Bring purchase bill accounted. Okay, so now I've entered the purchase. Now, if I look at my stock, so and gateway of Tally, if I go to my stock summary, okay, cement, shift enter, it is showing all the balance quantity that's available. So this is my balance quantity 350 and 500. Now here I could also specify, go to FL configuration and I could also specify show me the opening balance, show me the inward, show me the outward. So here the report is showing what is the opening balance. So the first column represents the opening balance. 50 kgs at 200 rupees, which is 10,000. I also purchased 300 bags of 25 kg, paying 225 per bag. So 67,500. Total is 350 kgs at 221.43. 77,500 is my closing stock. For 50 kg bags, I didn't had any opening balance. I have only purchases that is showing in inward. And paints have only opening balance. I don't have any inward, that is purchase or sales. Hope this is clear. So if you just click on shift enter, okay, on the main group, okay, it will explode or contract. Okay, or you could also use Alt F1. Hope this is clear. Now, once when I made a purchase entry, the next is I want to sell this item. I'm into trading. I've just purchased this and I want to sell this. So what I could do is I could just go to the voucher entry, click on sales. Now, to whom am I selling? So example, we had created Bike Innovators and Sri Durga Gas Products as our customers. So example, I'm selling to Sri Durga Gas Products. So I'm just changing the date to 2nd of April, Sri Durga Gas Products. You could enter all these dispatch details, various things. Okay. And typically it goes to the sales ledger, which item you are selling. So it will show you the item and the quantity that is available. Okay. So example, I'm just selling 25 kg bag, 100 bags I'm selling at 300 rupees per bag. ACC 50 kg bag, I'm selling 150 bags at 550 rupees per bag. And I'm also selling Asian Paints Emulsion Blue 5 kgs at 200 rupees per kg. Okay. So like this, you can go on adding the items and you can specify. Okay, since you are selling it on credit to Sri Durga Gas Products, here you could specify this is the bill number, which is the sales bill number which is taken. How many days of credit? Say example, I give 15 days of credit. So by 17th, I need to collect this. Doing sales bill entered. So I have entered the sales bill. Page up, it will show you the transactions that you have done. Okay, so this is just how the screen is looking like to simplify your data entry. But in the back end, it has actually taken the debit, credit, all the details. So if you want to look at all the details like an accounting details, you could just go click on change mode and say show as voucher. So here you could look at, it is showing you as voucher. Debit has gone to the party and credit has gone to sales account with all the item details. Simple. It's the same transaction. Only thing is how you are looking it on the screen differs. That's all. Okay. Now, if you want to print this, very simple. Okay, you could on the top, you could go to print and say show the current print, and you could look at the preview of this invoice. This is how it looks like. So Meda Consultancy sold to Sri Durga Products. If you have all the address and everything, it will give that details. Invoice number, invoice date, what is the item, quantity, rate, and amount. Is this clear? Okay. Now, let me show you one more thing. Now, example, you are doing a purchase entry and there is one new item which is not available in your stock. Okay, that's a new item for you. Okay, which is not available in your stock. So how do you enter those transactions? So let us just look at it. So example, the first is either it might be an item, any master for that matter. So example, I'm buying paints from a paint distributor, okay, for the first time. So the distributor name is not available. So I need to make a purchase entry. He has sent me a bill. Okay, the paints name is okay, in-house products. I'm purchasing paints from in-house products. Okay, so let me just change the date to 4th. So he has given me the bill number 3434. Okay, in-house products. Currently, in-house products is not listed. So what do? I can create on the fly by clicking Alt C on my keyboard. Alt C will take me to creation screen. And in which field you are, it will automatically take to that field. Say now currently I'm in the party master. So it is taking me to party to the ledger. Okay. So in-house products is the supplier. Comes under sundry debtors. Okay. So all these details that you could specify. Now what you are buying? I'm buying Asian Paints emulsion 100 kgs. Now I'm buying one more JSW paint. Okay, but the JSW paint is not available in my stock. It's a new item. So what I could do is similarly, since I'm in the item field, Alt C will take me to the stock creation screen on the fly. So here I'm just saying JSW paint comes under paints. How this is measured? So is it measured in kgs, liters? Okay, you could specify. Say example, this is measured in liters. So even that unit of measure is not available. Again, I'll click on Alt C. Liter, 2 decimal points. So it's not showing me the opening balance because I'm on the purchase screen. Okay. So here I have purchased 500 liters at 65 per liter, 32,500. So like this, you can go on creating the masters on the fly as you start making the transactions. So 15 days of credit, purchase bill, accounted. Okay, now let me do one more sale entry. So I'm just changing the date. Now I'm making a sale entry. Now what is happening is all the first entry, that the sale entry what I showed you was a credit sale. Okay, where I sold to Sri Durga Gas Products and we gave some 15 days of credit. But there are a lot of different kinds of customer. One is a regular customer who comes, who procures from us and we give them the credit. There might be one-off customers who comes and you just buys and pays cash and go away. Okay, over the counter. So now if there is a cash sale that you are doing, so how do you enter this? So you could just specify. Here you can select party name as cash. Here you have option. Select party name as cash. Now you could enter all this dispatch details, all various things. Here you could give the customer name. Say who has come over here. Sridhar. Okay. Or you could give his mobile number also. 98800 98800. You could give his address. Bangalore. Okay. Sales account. Now whatever he's purchasing 25 kg bag, 5 numbers, 50 kg bag, 10 numbers, JSW paint, 10 liters, 125 per liter. So 8,250. Entered. Being sales voucher, entered. Now what I could do is I could just go and print this. As I showed you, you could just go to print and print on this. On the screen, you could look at. It is sold by Meda Consultancy. Who is the consignee? It's cash. But bought by Sridhar. And his mobile number is available, his address is available. And what are all the items that he has bought. So like this, you can get the details. Is this clear? Okay. Now, if you look at from the accounting perspective, if you just click on change mode and go to voucher, look here, debit has gone to cash and credit has gone to sales account. And with all the item details of whatever the items that has been sold. Hope this is clear. Okay. Now, similarly, if there are any purchase returns, see now, okay, example, let me just go to the report, okay, and show you currently how these reports look like. Sorry. So this is my closing balance. I could click on F12 and say, show me opening, inward, outward. So it is showing what is my opening, what is my inward, what is my outward, and what is my closing balance. So ACC, I had bought 300 bags from ACC Cement, 25 kg bag. Out of that, 3 bags is damaged. Now I need to return this 3 bags. So what I'm going to do, I need to pass a debit note entry. Okay, so to pass a debit note entry, how you could pass the debit note entry? On Gateway of Tally, again go back to vouchers, and if you go to the other vouchers, here you get an option, debit note. So to whom you want to pass this debit note? To ACC Cement. So here you need to give the original invoice number. Dated, which date it was? 1st of April 22. Okay, so it has to get debited to purchase account. Which item? ACC 25 kg bag, 5 bag got rejected. Okay, it was damaged. We are sending back this 5 bags. So I'm just raising a debit note, which I had bought it at 225 rupees. Okay, so against reference, look at here. It will show you the bill details against which bill you need to adjust. So I told 1234 is the invoice number. Damaged materials returned. So now I've returned this 5 kg. So now if I look at my stock statement, what is going to happen to my stock statement is 25 kg bag. If I just click on enter, it is showing over here. See, look at here. The first is add 50 kgs of opening balance. I bought 300 kgs. I sold 100 kgs and I sold 5 more kgs on cash, and there is minus 5 kg in inward, meaning there is a debit note, return of materials. So here it was 250 kgs. Okay, so 5 kgs less 245. Again 5 kg less because I have returned the material. It has become 240 kgs. Hope this is clear. Okay. Are there any questions on this? How to create inventory masters, how to create purchase entry, how to create sale entry, how to create debit notes, how to create credit notes. Are there any queries on this? So I will show you one more control that you could have since we are discussing on inventory. Most of the time, the problem is I don't know at what rate I want to sell. I want the rate to get automatically picked because I might give it a wrong rate. So I might sell it at a wrong rate. So I want to set the rates in the master. So what you could do is you can just go to the stock item. Say in this case, I'm just going to the alteration screen. Okay, in the stock item, example 25 kg bag. Okay, always the price is 300 rupee per bag is the selling price. So if I want to give that, So example, what I could do is I could go to the masters and click on more details, or in F12, okay, I could just specify an option called provide standard buying and selling rates. Make this as yes. So when you click on provide standard buying and selling rates on the stock item master, you get an additional detail called alter standard rates. Click on yes. Here you could give what is the cost, meaning purchase rate, and what is the sales rate. So example, I'm just saying from 1st April 22, the rate is 300 rupee per bag. And save this. For 50 kgs, I'm just saying it is at 550 rupee per bag. From 1st of May, it is at 600 rupee per bag. So you could give the effective dates. And from 1st of June, it is 650 rupees per bag. Like this, you can go on giving the effective rate as and when the rate changes. You could specify this. Okay, now if you are making a transaction, so now example, I'm making a sale transaction. Okay, cash sales of 50 kg. Example, one bag I sold. It's on 5th of April. So the rate which is picked is 550 because April month the rate was 550, May it was 600, and June it was 650. So it is automatically picking 550. Okay, so now let me just do one more entry, change the date to 4th of May 22. Sale entry, same cash, same item, 50 kgs. I'm selling one quantity. What's the rate it has picked? 600. So it is typically picking the rate from your standard rate. So as a user, you need not remember what is the rate for this item. That can be set up in the masters directly. Is that clear? Okay. So this is one. And one more thing that you need to understand is there might be certain items which you don't want to show it in your stock. Say example, currently if I look at all the items are showing in my stock, whatever the items that is there, it is showing in my stock. But there might be some consumables, okay, which we consume for our internal use, which I don't want to show it in the stock, but I want to track it when I'm purchasing. Example I'll give you. For godown maintenance, okay, I need grease, okay, or I need maintenance items, okay, like cleaning items, washing items, okay, but I want to track during the purchase how much of quantity that I have bought. So what I'll do is I will, when I create an item, say example, I'm just going to create an item. Okay, first I'll just say group. will have a separate group for this, and I'll say consumables, and I'm going to stock item creating grease, which comes under consumables, which is under kgs. Okay, here again, I have an option called, if I go to show more configurations, here I get an option called one second, provide opening balance. No, not this. Yeah, set options for stock item behavior. I'll enable this. Now it is showing me what is the behavior. So example, I'll just treat this. Here I have an option called treat all purchases as consumed. As you purchase, treat this as consumed so that it will not show me in my stock quantity. Say example, I'm purchasing grease. I don't want to track the how much quantity is left out and everything. I want to treat this as consumed as I use it. So I've just enabled that. Okay, I might say, okay, so let me just take this example. Okay, now if I look at my stock, it is not showing anything. Okay, now let me purchase this. Since I'm purchasing it for my consumption, okay, I'm purchasing through I'm entering through a journal. I don't want to enter through purchase entry because it's my consumables. So what I'll do is I'm just debiting. It's a, okay, so let me just make a payment entry. Okay, it's a cash payment. I've just paid cash and bought grease. Okay, so I'm just saying, I had go down maintenance expense. Yes, I have go down maintenance expense. So here again in this go down maintenance expense, okay, if you just go to the master configuration, okay, and say show more details, see here if you look at inventory values are affected, it is no. Make this as yes. Once when you make this as yes, as soon as you select the go down maintenance expense, it is asking which item did you buy. Example, I'm just saying I bought grease 5 kg at 125 rupees per kg, 625 rupees. Consumable purchase. I did get purchase entry through consumables that I purchased by paying cash. So I just made on payment entry. Now I have purchased 5 kgs of grease, but if I go to my stock items, it will not show me because at specified, it has treat all purchases as consumed, meaning as soon as I purchase, show it as consumed and show all the time zero balance. So example, if you say show stock item with zero balance, now it is showing consumables, grease, but it is not showing any quantity. It is just showing you the item. If you click on enter over here, look here. Inward is 5 kg, automatically there is an outward also, which is typically outward is picking from based on the inward that has happened and it is showing 0. So always in your item, it will show it as 0. But for your tracking, if you want to know for the year how many kgs of grease was purchased, it will be available in your reports. Hope this is clear. Okay. So what are all the things that we covered today? One is how to enable inventory in Tally data. Okay. Then what are all the minimum inventory masters that is required? That is unit of measure, stock groups and stock items. Then we created those things. Okay, then we created the required accounting ledgers. Then we started making vouchers. We made a purchase voucher, we made a sales voucher, and we made a one purchase voucher while creating masters on the fly. Okay, then we looked at the standard price, how to set the standard price for the item. Then we looked at if there are any items that you want to track the purchase, but you don't want to show it under your stock in the quantity, how do you configure that? Okay, all these things that we looked at. And this is some of the basic things that you want to understand for your inventory management. So are there any questions on this? We also looked at some of the reports, especially the stock report. So are there any questions? So I'm through with today's topic. Okay, if there are any questions that I would like to take, Else we can again connect on next Tuesday. So I'll be on the call. I'll be on the session. Okay, if you have anyone has any queries, you could either put on chat or you could unmute and speak. Else other can disconnect. So we'll connect again on the next session will be on coming Tuesday. So thank you one and all. Okay, those who have questions, you can just post your questions.